Hey everybody, I'm Jason Inman, and holy cow, we got here! This is Ashley V. Robinson. Thanks for joining me here.
Thanks for having me.
Guys, 50,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. I can't believe it. I started this YouTube channel in the dark times before the Empire, and I never thought I would cross 50. Actually, there were a couple years ago where I was like, it's never gonna happen. It's just never gonna happen. So the fact that we're here, cross 50,000 subscribers, it's only because of people like you. You're so awesome. Thank you so much. So I put a call out on Twitter. I put a call out on Facebook. I put a call out on Instagram for your questions. Here's the video where I'm going to answer a bunch of them. I took the ones that I thought were really fun, a lot of variety ones, you know, and I just thought some of the creative ones. And Ashley's going to ask me these questions, and we're going to go. We're going to see. We're going to answer your questions because, man, thank you. All right, let's go.
Okay, your first question comes from Ghost at 9H05T666. What comic book crossover would you most like to see? They're doing a lot nowadays, and some are amazing. Green Lantern / Space Ghost? Who knew? Thumbs up.
Oh, okay. So what, like, weird property? So I'm gonna take a
would you like to see?
Oh, that's weird. You know, okay, I had this idea. I want to see Batman 66 in Star Trek.
Nice.
I want to see Adam West Batman and Burt Ward Robin arrive on the 1966 Star Trek set because they were the same year.
Yeah.
And I think it would be a lot of fun. And also, I think that you'd get a lot of fun out of the Star Trek crew not knowing who the hell they are, and then also the Batman crew being like, oh, this technology.
Can you imagine the fights, too, that they would have with all that amazing fight choreography?
This will be the first and only time that the Vulcan nerve pinch gets a pinch.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
All right, question number 2 comes from Andy Davidson at I am Andy Davidson.
I am Andy.
What 5 trades would comprise your crash course on DC shortlist?
Crash course on DC.
So, like, your 5 essential DC Comics trades.
Oh, kind of. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Batman Long Halloween is in there.
That's my favorite.
Yep. I think that one's definitely in there. I think you want to go for variety here.
I think so. You don't want to go too Batman heavy, which is the inclination, of course.
I would give you All-Star Superman.
Good call.
This is really tough, especially on the spot. I would give you Green Lantern Secret Origin because that is the Jeff Johns origin. If you like that, then you can hop into Green Lantern so that you'd have a little bit of Green Lantern.
Can I give you a Wonder Woman suggestion?
I would love to hear it.
I would say Wonder Woman Earth 1 because it's a really cool, sexy, condensed origin.
And we need a Wonder Woman. I'm trying to think of a Flash one, but man, there isn't a lot of really good entry points into the Flash.
There's not. It's tough.
Ooh. You know what? Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna give you your last one. JLA by Grant Morrison, the book 1.
The origin.
Yeah, because that way you get like your other DC characters, but you get to see them as a team. So just to go, Long Halloween, All-Star Superman, Wonder Woman Earth 1, that was a great suggestion.
Thank you.
Green Lantern Secret Origin, and JLA book 1 by Grant Morrison.
Nice.
There you go.
All right, next question is from Charlie Zemansky. I'm sorry.
No,
I mispronounced your name, and you are a longtime follower, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
At Mr. Metalhead asks, what's your favorite thing to do outside of creating content / comics?
I want to hear your answer for this, too.
Okay, you go first while I think.
You know, the lazy answer is to say watch TV.
Yeah. I
That's
really
the really
like
lazy
to
answer.
sleep.
Yeah.
And I don't get to sleep a lot.
I like taking road trips. I like hiking when we have the time. That's the biggest time we don't have the time a lot of times. And we've recently started dipping into going to a lot more improv shows at the UCB Theater and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's our that's our thing.
I like reading stuff that's not comics. I like remembering to read prose.
Yeah.
All right, so here is a question from Brock Severson, a longtime fan, at Brockaby. What are your top 3 movie soundtracks / scores?
Oh, hey, that's easy.
You're a big score guy.
I am a big score guy. Conan the Barbarian by Basil Poledouris is amazing.
Also, great name for the composer.
Yes, it's so good. You can put it on. My big thing, I'm going to stay away from soundtracks because with scores, a great score is you can put on track 1 and you can let it play all the way through and it doesn't stop. Some people might come at me for Star Wars, but Star Wars, when it gets to the action scenes, gets very generic.
Very drummy.
Star Wars has amazing themes. Like Rey's theme is amazing. The love theme from Attack of the Clones is amazing. Yeah, it's one of the best things in the movie. So Basil Podor's Conan the Barbarian, number 1. 2 is Star Trek First Contact by Jerry Goldsmith. That main theme is amazing. It's so good. My number 3, I can't pick one from this guy. He's my favorite modern composer. I'm going to say every score from every season of Lost. Collectively.
Michael Giacchino.
Michael Giacchino. Now, there are a few... Now, I will give you this. That's 6 CDs. There are a couple tracks where he does get very jungly with drums. So I know I just said that. But I'm going to let him pass because to only have like 5 tracks like that over 6 albums is astonishing.
Yes.
So Michael Giacchino. Who would you say?
Oh, I would definitely say, like, Return of the King for me, I think it's a perfect soundtrack. I never skip anything. I know all the words to all the sung parts in English and in Elvish. I just think it's perfect. And then I think if you're going to go soundtracks, I got to give it to Aladdin. I think
nice.
Aladdin is the greatest Disney
Let's get in the shot a little bit more.
/ song of all time.
All right, cool. Let's go to the next question.
Next question is also from Brock Severson. What is your favorite non-superhero Saturday morning cartoon growing up?
Oh, this is easy. Aladdin. No, I'm not joking.
No, you actually said that on Geek History Lesson a couple times.
Aladdin's 3-season cartoon show that was set after Return of the Jafar before the King of Thieves has continuity. It has returning characters. In fact, a couple of those characters actually show up in King of Thieves and get their storyline completed in King of Thieves. It opens the world of Aladdin so much more than those movies in a way that I never expected. It was really surprising. And you know what? Dan Castanella, who is Homer, who gets a lot of crap for voicing the genie when Robin Williams wouldn't do it for the TV show, he does a great job.
Yeah.
He's actually a pretty good genie. So yeah, you have a pick?
I have a tough time because I don't remember loving any Saturday morning cartoons that weren't superheroes. Like, I watched things like Recess, but they don't resonate with me.
Another one for me is Darkwing Duck. Oh, that's superhero. Darkwing Duck.
Okay, I'll give you this. Teletoon, which is a Canadian cartoon network, used to play Cardcaptor Sakura in the mornings, and I would get up. I set my alarm to get up to watch Cardcaptor Sakura and X-Men Evolution. So that would probably be
cool.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, next question is from Shane Saint Laurent at Shane Saint Laurent 1. And he wants to know, what's your most underrated comic run? I think the Red Robin series with Tim after Battle for the Cowl is mine. That Red Robin series is effing awesome. That is a good call.
It's good for the first 12 issues.
Yeah, it's good for all the Francis Manapul covers.
And then it trails off. I've said this before. It's Keith Giffen's run on Blue Beetle after Infinite Crisis. It's 25 issues. It has an amazing conclusion. I cannot believe that somebody has not made a TV show off of that run. It's amazing. It is one of the strongest runs DC Comics has ever done. I think it wasn't Matthew Sturges. It was co-written. Keith David co-wrote it with somebody. Raphael Albuquerque did some art in it.
Yeah.
Cullen Hammer did some art in it.
Cully
Hammer, excuse me. I don't know Cullen Bunn or whatever. Blue Beetle by Keith Giffen.
Nice.
Easily.
All right, next question comes from Dregs at Official Dregs, and they said, will you and Ashley B. Robinson ever do a Snake Eyes episode? I don't know what that means.
It's a G.I. Joe character, and I can answer this. No. All right, move on.
Unless they come up with a great G.I. Joe movie.
No.
Derek Spicer at DS Spicy wants to know, would you rather have a Teen Titans movie or TV series? Who would be the lineup and who would you cast? Who would be the main villain?
All right, so those 3 questions. Let's just stick to the first question here.
Okay.
Because that's a lot of planning the line. That's like writing the show. I don't want to do. I want to hear your answer on this too, because you're a big guy. Big guy on. You're a big guy, Ashley. You're a big guy.
I've always heard that about myself. You know.
Everyone says you're a big man. I think a TV show, because especially anything that's teenage drama, I think we need to see it play over out of a season. That's why I've said that forever. Like, I can't believe that there's never been an X-Men school show.
Yeah.
So I think totally a TV show. What do you think?
Whether you're going Teen Titans or you're going to sort of upgrade them and do the adult
Just Titans.
I think it is better, and the stories are the best when they can be serialized.
Yep.
That was one of the great things about that comics run, the new Teen Titans.
Yeah.
So I would definitely rather see, like, an HBO level television show where you can go sort of extreme. And then I would obviously do the Terra storyline with Deathstroke for your first arc with your first villain, and I would cast me as Terra. Like, there's just no question about it.
I would hold Terra until season 2.
Would you really?
Well, because this is what I would do. I would leave Tara. Tara would be on the team in season 1.
As pretend good guy.
And then the finale is where she meets Deathstroke, set up season 2.
Interesting.
Because you need to learn to trust her before she stabs everybody in the back.
Unless you've read the comics.
Yeah. Well,
or seen, even the Teen Titans cartoon show did a version of that. Everybody who knows Teen Titans knows that Tara is the betrayer.
But for more people that are gonna watch your show have never.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
So you gotta make them love Tara before you find out that Tara's a bitch.
I would do. Oh, she's not.
She
Don't
is.
be. I love Tara.
She is.
Get out of town. All right, the next question comes from G Vishal @_G Vishal. Congrats! Last Airbender or Legend of Korra? If possible, do a review. Love to hear your thoughts. P.S. Have you seen the Jackie Chan animated series?
No to Jackie Chan. We're not gonna do a review because both series have been off the air for over a year. Avatar, easily. 100% Avatar.
Yeah. I would definitely say Last Airbender over Legend of Korra. I wrote an editorial called What's Wrong with the Women of Legend of Korra that you can Google if you want to know my real feelings on that.
Legend of Korra season 1 is pretty good, though.
It is, but then, and the stuff about the original Avatar is good. But you can just tell that there was a lot of problems internally with the development of that show, and it suffers from that. I have seen Jackie Chan, the animated series, and it's a pretty good show. They used to air it back to back with the Mummy cartoon.
Moving on.
Yeah. Next question comes from Tenacious W @To Be Punished. You talk a lot about DC TV. Is your ultimate dream to eventually star in one of these shows?
Is that your ultimate dream? I would say yes, probably.
I mean, that's not my ultimate dream, but that's a dream, yes.
No, my ultimate dream is to write for them.
Yeah.
That's my ultimate dream. I would love to write one of these shows. That's where I would want to. That's where I would have the most fun. I've made requests out there about being the Jack Ryder of that universe. They've not returned my calls.
Which of the shows that are currently airing, and we can throw in the animated ones that we know, like Vixen and Constantine, would you most like to be able to write for?
Arrow.
Good answer.
Yep, Arrow.
All right, next one doesn't have a username attached to it. It just says, congrats. What is your favorite themes from the CW Arrowverse? Blake Neely is an amazing composer, and his music really adds another level of depth to the shows. I personally love the Arrow and Reverse Flash themes. Curious to know yours.
Oh, this is from Instagram. It's RD Tom.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Tom. I assume that was some sort of typo.
My theme, this is a great question. Talking about the music of the CW verse, which, by the way, Blake Neely does a fantastic job, and people forget about it. I was listening to the Legends of Tomorrow soundtrack when I was working on the Legends of Tomorrow video.
Yeah.
And listening to some of those themes, like that soundtrack is way stronger than people give it credit for. Easily Arrow. It's Oliver Queen's theme.
Yeah,
dun 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 dun.
That's what I was gonna. It's so good.
Yeah. It's easily the best theme of them all. I would have to give an honorable mention for me for the Western Legends of Tomorrow theme.
I have a lot of love for the construction of the Flash running theme. The da 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 da.
Yeah.
Because it to me it recalls like Flight of the Bumblebee, like something going really quickly. Like I think it's cleverly
They're
done.
all pretty good. They all have really good themes, but easily the Arrow theme.
Okay, @Kareem Yamout, I'm really sorry, wants to know your favorite Stephen King book.
11/22/63, no doubt.
Cool, that was easy.
Love it.
Next is Joshua Maloney, 2002. Why did you start Geek History Lesson in the first place?
Why did we start it, Ashley?
We wanted to do a podcast, and we spent a lot of time talking about it.
We spent like 6 months thinking about a podcast.
But originally we wanted to do more discussion-y stuff.
It was going to be a debate show.
And I remember rolling around laughing, discussing the kind of training that a Robin would have to undergo. And that was the first time I remember thinking actively about doing the podcast. But yeah, we wanted to do a podcast together, and that's what it eventually became.
Yep.
Next question from sci-fi_pie. Can you see certain Jupiter Jet characters getting spin-off comics?
All right, now, so this is interesting. The reason why I wanted to include this is because we're currently in the middle of issue 4 of Jupiter Jet, writing it right now. I've never thought about a spinoff for any of these characters.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, wow. I guess. I don't know who we would spin off. Maybe Chuck, Jupiter Jet's little brother, could have his own book. Maybe Puddles the cat could have his own adventure.
If people
Puddles Playtime.
If people buy enough copies of it and demand them, we're open to it.
Yeah.
Which is really like it comes down to the economics of it. But right now, I think we're really concerned with just making Jupiter Jet as wonderful as possible, and that means focusing on Jackie.
The cat.
Yeah,
That's my answer.
The internet loves cats.
Puddles the cat.
Okay, so AA Ron at stairway_2_AA
No, I kind of ruined it.
wants to know, who's your favorite speedster?
Wally West. Easy. No doubt. I'm talking about 90s red hair Wally West.
Yeah.
Yeah, yours is Impulse, right?
Bart Allen
Yeah.
is the greatest speedster who ever speeded.
Yeah.
Este Banray 3499 wants to know, who are your closest YouTube friends?
Closest is a very interesting term.
Me.
Oh, true. True.
Me.
Closest is an interesting term because
Like geographically or like in terms of relationship?
I think in terms of relationship.
Because geographically, Sam Basher used to live pretty close to us. But not anymore.
Yes, yeah. Full secrets revealed. Sam Basher, SourceFed nerd, literally used to live like 3 blocks that way.
Yeah.
Like literally the direction. Even if you're watching this on YouTube, this is still the correct. Like literally 3 blocks that way is where Sam Basher lived. I would say I'm pretty close with Sam. I'm pretty close with DJ Woolridge. Or Only Stupid Answers to SourceFed. Tiffany and I text a lot. There's that. And Trish Hirschberger, we're pretty close. Like, yeah, we've gone to a couple like things at her house, stuff like that. And then like some of the other people, like Comics Explained and Benny Potter. I can never say his damn name right.
Comics
I'm sorry.
Historian.
Yeah, Comic Storian. And then Sal over at Comic Explained, like we email.
No, Comic Pop.
Comic Pop, excuse me, sorry. So many comic names. We email a lot. So, that's about it.
Yeah.
And I see Steve Zaragoza randomly at the grocery store.
Oh, and randomly at the TGI Fridays.
Yeah, randomly at the TGI Fridays. I'll run into Steve Zaragoza all the time.
There's a weird window into our lives. Okay, the next question is 2E_Berg_95. Do you miss working with Rhett and Link?
The easy answer to that is no. Now, a lot of people will be like, oh, shit, he doesn't like Rhett and Link anymore. No, that's not the thing. Working for Rhett and Link was one of the best jobs I've ever had. Mm-hmm. It was awesome. But leaving Rhett and Link when I did was actually one of the best decisions I've ever made in my entire life. Simply for the fact that if I had not have done that, I never would have worked at Screen Junkies. And if
or DC.
Or DC. I wouldn't have gotten this dream job that I have at DC All Access. So they're cool. I'll email them every once in a while. Yeah. We'll talk here and there. But I like making my stuff and our stuff now.
Yeah.
I'd rather do that than make their stuff. And that's what Good Mythical Morning was, and that's the whole reason why I decided to leave.
And just because you leave something, sometimes you leave it at the right time, and it doesn't mean that anything bad happened.
So, yeah.
Next question comes from Austin Lankford at lankdude_Austin. If you were captain of the USS Enterprise, who would you choose to be on your crew?
Okay, so I wanted to bring this up because we did a Geek History Lesson episode about this. You can go find it in the archives. It's called Best Star Trek Crew Ever.
Yes.
I pick my best crew. Ashley picks her best crew. It is actually one of the best episodes I think we've ever done in Geek History Lesson. So I don't even want to answer that question. Like, go find it. It's on iTunes.
Yeah, the whole answer is there. RJ_Sloan asks, who directs and who stars in the Jupiter Jet movie?
I direct it.
Yeah.
You could be Jackie.
I mean, I'm like a decade too old to be Jackie.
I don't know. Who do you... Sophie Turner? I don't know any young actresses.
But Sophie Turner looks like an adult. She's like 6 feet tall.
So do we get
we get a nice unknown actress who can make her name. Maisie Williams, yeah, maybe. She's
Are you saying
great.
so this is what we do. We cast Pluto Patriarch, our villain, or Praetor Pluto as Alfred Molina, and then we cast an unknown as our lead.
Man, or Jim Beaver.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Sure.
I would say like the 2 kids, the best thing to do would be to discover some amazing new actors.
She's out there somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Trap Droid asks, I don't have a question. I just want to say you're awesome.
I was going to say
exclamation point.
Your username is awesome, so there you go.
There you go.
Thank you.
J.L. David
These names are killing
David? I'm really sorry. Do you prefer paper or digital for reading comics? Will we ever get a movie with the appearance of Vulcan in the X-Men universe?
No to the second question. Your first question is I love reading digital comics on Comixology. That's the best thing. That's where I read all my comics. But I buy trades.
Mm-hmm.
I'll buy trades.
Nice on the shelf.
But I do buy single issues for things that I want to collect. Like right now, I'm collecting all the Superman titles that are coming out right now, and so stuff like that. Yeah.
Cool. Damien_Al_Ghoul asks, congratulations, that's awesome. Smiley face with the closed eyes. Are you planning any more collaborations with other comic YouTubers such as Comics Historians, Comics Explains, etc.?
Yes. Can't say anything about them, though.
Adolfo Gonzalez wants to know, just curious where you get all your gear from, cameras, mics, booms, etc. I get them from Jason having them.
I bought them over the years. We shoot on a Lumix GH3. It's a very affordable, very nice camera. We have a China ball above the camera that you can't see that has a 500-watt bulb in it that shines.
That you can't touch?
That you can't touch or it'll blow up. We have a Rode boom pole with a Rode, I think it's like a 400 level or something like that, or some mic, and it's literally like right here off camera.
It's just out of frame. We have a backlight.
We have a backlight that's just a hardware light that you can buy at Ace Hardware. So that's basically it.
Yeah.
Pretty simple. Yeah. So
no,
there you go.
You don't need a lot.
You don't need a lot. No, not at all.
Jordan Tough. Or Toe, probably.
Jordan.
Well, spelled T-O-U-G. I hope that's your name. Wants to know, what was the comic that got you hooked? We have sold these so many times.
Death of Superman.
In so many different
Death
places. New Teen Titans number 39.
There you go. Very simple.
And the final question comes from Ashish at yours truly, Ashish. Questions. For which DC character do or would you want to weave a story for comics or TV? As a kid, whom did you aspire to be and why?
Okay, I'm going to answer the second question because the first question is something that I don't want to say because if I ever get that job, I don't want that storyline to go away.
Agree.
So right now I want to weave stories for Jupiter Jet and a couple other projects that we're working on, stuff like that. Who did I aspire to be as a kid? I mean, Superman was a big one, but an even bigger one was Kyle Rayner.
Really?
Well, because Kyle was an artist, and at the time when I was a kid, I wanted to be an artist. For a long time, I really, really wanted to be a comic book artist until I decided I wasn't good enough. I couldn't draw good enough.
Yeah.
So Kyle Rayner and I like the idea that Kyle could imagine things, and I also love that he experienced the DC universe as I experienced the DC universe. Like he was like, "Oh, good God, here's Wonder Woman," and I was like, "Oh, I've never met Wonder Woman before. Oh, this is interesting." So that's Kyle Rayner is really my gateway, and who I aspired to be. What about you?
Always Robin.
Yeah.
Always, like that was the easy answer.
Tim Drake.
Probably like girl, like I wanted to be Stephanie Brown, but like not crappy.
Okay.
And not knocked up and then dead, because it was cool to me.
Well, this isn't the video to throw down Stephanie Brown shade here.
I always throw Stephanie Brown shade. It was cool to me that there could be a female Robin. I just thought she was a terrible one, and I wanted to be like the good one. So always Robin.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Big extra long Q&A video. Wow. Thank you so much for watching all these videos and subscribing and doing all that stuff like that. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I was able to answer as many of your questions as we can. When we hit 75, we'll do the same thing. Like we'll do an even bigger one, or we'll do a game stream or something like that. But thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I hope this peeled back the curtain a little bit. We have more things to come. We're not going to stop doing Flash videos. We're not going to stop doing Arrow videos. Those are going to keep happening. Game of Thrones videos are coming back. Doctor Who recap is going to start. It'll either come out the same day as this video or the next day. We're not certain. And then I think we were talking about maybe Lucifer. Preacher reviews season 2 are definitely going to happen.
Yeah.
We're talking about maybe doing Lucifer and then some other type of videos coming back with possibly Geek News coming back.
Yeah.
If we can work it into our schedule. So don't go anywhere. We have plenty of cool stuff. Thank you so much for watching them. And go listen to Geek History Lesson if you haven't done that as well. So I'm Jason Inman. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. You are
Ashley Victoria Robinson.
We'll see you at 75,000.